Welcome back. This is another exciting episode of Mr. Takeda Teaches Algebra. This is the Math 8 edition, and I'm your host, Mr. Takeda. And I'm going to teach you some algebra right now. This is lesson 4.5 on writing equations in slope-intercept form. Hey, we know that. That's our old friend, the slope-intercept form of the equation. So, if you're not ready, get ready, and let's go. So the first thing we have is an example. This is going to be a fairly easy lesson today because what do we need to write a slope-intercept form equation? We need the slope and we need the y-intercept. Hey, how easy is that? So we know slope-intercept form is y equals m times x plus b, where m is our slope and b represents our y-intercept. Okay. Let's take a look at the graph we've been given here. Well, we can look at the graph and see that our y-intercept is here at 5. Now remember, it's x and y, so it's going to be the 5. All right, so the y-intercept is going to equal 5. What's our slope? Well, let's count slope, shall we? Okay, so what's our vertical change? Our vertical change, or change in y. This is the change in y. That's our vertical change. Is -3. Our horizontal change, or change in x, is 2. So my slope is going to be -3 over 2, which will simplify into just -3/2, right? A negative divided by a positive will result in a negative, so -3/2. So let's write this. Y equals -3/2 x, don't forget the x, plus 5. That's all there is to this one. Fairly straightforward, fairly easy here. Okay, so what are we looking for when we look at a graph? You're looking for the y-intercept and the slope. It says it in the name, slope-intercept form. And we just kind of plug them in for the m and the b. All right, let's move on to the next example. Here's an example with a positive slope, I guess is the difference here. Remember our slope-intercept form, y equals m times x plus b. Y-intercept, -3. The slope, okay, my change in y is a 5, positive 5. My change in x is a positive 3, so 5/3. So this is going to be y equals 5/3 x. It's really, I'm gonna go 2 steps here, plus -3, but we're gonna, and this would be fine because remember we have the plus here. I'm just leaving the plus here because of this, right? To show the both of them. But I'm gonna simplify this into y equals 5/3 x minus 3. Adding a negative, the same thing as subtracting. I just want to make sure that we understand. I'm trying to keep track of my signs, right? I'm trying to keep track of my signs. Okay, so that's that, and then we have kind of an example here that's from kind of like a test, a multiple choice type test question, but it's basically the same thing. We're going to write an equation for this line. So you see this horizontal line here. It's going through -3, -4, and 0, -4. And there's a couple ways we can look at this here. So first of all, remember y equals m times x plus b. You might look at it this way, and you might say to yourself, well, what is our slope? What is our slope here? Horizontal lines have a slope of 0. Horizontal lines have a slope of 0, if you remember that. Our y-intercept is -4. All right, so let's plug those in and simplify. Y equals 0 times x plus -4. Well, 0 times x is just 0. Plus -4 is subtracting 4. 0 minus 4, y equals -4. All right, So that would be the first one here. That's one way you can look at it. Another easier, maybe easier way is if you're really familiar with horizontal lines. Well, you remember that horizontal lines have a single variable. All of these have a single variable, right? And it's going to go through the y. The equation will be y equals whatever the y-intercept is. In this case, the y equals -4. So that's an easier way to look at it, perhaps. Okay, so that's that one. And we'll do the next one in class. We'll do the rest of this in class. So there's some very simple, basic information on this video today. Anyway, so that's it. Thanks a lot. Have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you in class. Bye-bye.